Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
This is Tom Fox again. I'd like to tell you about an exciting new tool, the NordLocker Business. NordLocker Business is an encrypted cloud storage platform for storing, sharing, and managing business data securely. Developed by cybersecurity experts, it ensures business files can be accessed anywhere and anytime, but only by authorized parties. NordLocker Business allows you to create a highly secure work environment where you can safely store sensitive data and share it with members of your organization and your business partners. Using the platform significantly improves your company's cybersecurity, no matter the industry or the size of your business. The product is a tool that can help you prevent data breaches and avoid unwanted data exposure. NordLocker Business is compliant with ISO 27001, it's HIPAA compliant, and GDPR compliant. For more information, go to nordlocker.com/creators and use promo code CPN. I know you will find it a great tool. The Daily Compliance News for June 16, 2023, the Goldman is Probed edition. And we begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal that the Federal Reserve and the SEC are investigating Goldman Sachs' role in buying Silicon Valley Bank's securities portfolio while it was working on its doomed capital raise before the bank's failure. The Justice Department has also subpoenaed Goldman as a part of its investigation into the failure at SVB. The Fed and SEC are seeking documents relating to Goldman's role both as a buyer of the securities portfolio and as an advisor for raising capital. They're looking to see if Goldman's investment banking side and its trading division side were improperly communicating about the portfolio sale. Next up, from the New York Times, a bipartisan bill introduced in Congress this week aimed to change a nearly 100-year-old trade rule that allows imported packages that fall under a certain price threshold to receive less oversight than the U.S. customs process. The trade rule is called de minimis, and critics say it unfairly gives advantages to foreign e-commerce companies, including those where forced labor is an issue. So if the price is cheap, there's probably some sort of nefarious labor issues involved. Next up, from Radio Free Europe, a story that a former Ukrainian judge got 10 years in prison on corruption charges. Ukrainian's high court on June 14th sentenced former judge to 10 years in prison after finding him guilty of taking a bribe. The court also confiscated his property and barred him from taking posts in the judicial system for up to 3 years. So the Ukrainian fight against corruption is ongoing. And finally, on a lighter and much more pleasant note, the U.S. Senate has confirmed the first Muslim female federal judge. Nusrat Chaudhry was narrowly confirmed by the Senate. She's the first Bangladeshi American and the first Muslim federal judge. She was confirmed on a 50-49 vote. She spent most of her professional career with the National ACLU, so Republicans were against her to start with. But I think it's a huge step forward for diversity on the judiciary. And given what the Supreme Court has done to not only flouting rules of conflicts of interest and personal integrity and corruption, it's good to see that we're finally getting some different faces and some fresh faces into the federal judiciary. So hopefully this trend will continue under President Biden. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.